Welcome to the Phoenix Spotlight, the place where we explore and share discussions on issues that are close to our hearts, the place where we share stories and experiences of people, feature places, and explore all things New Mexico. Hello to the land of enchantment. I am Samalilo. Acquisition of knowledge is an integral part of every individual's growth and development. The acquisition and application of knowledge, along with the various skills learned and developed, are tools that equip every individual to face the future with confidence. These tools are all available through education. Many great minds have the same or similar philosophies when it comes to education. For them, education is everyone's right and is not a privilege. As a right, it is imperative that every student is provided with the highest standard of education that will hone them to face all challenges in various facets of their life that the future holds. As in every individual and family, school choice is important. The various types of schools allow families to choose the best quality of education for their children to succeed. In the most recent interview I conducted, I was privileged to talk to the New Mexico Public Education Commissioner representing District 2, Timothy Beck, where he was able to discuss his plans and aspirations for the schools and students under his district. Hello, I'm Samalilo.
I'm Commissioner Beck, and I just want to let you know I have a little issue with my vocal cord. That's why it sounds a little gravelly. So hopefully that'll be taken care of in a month or two.
Okay, yeah, hopefully. So my first question is, what did you think of our school in the presentation?
Oh, I think your school is incredible. I mean, it's one of the top charters. It's one of the top schools in the state. It's very welcoming, and I think, you're diverse, you're unique, and you really serve a great purpose here in the state.
Yeah. You've had many previous occupations, such as teaching in high schools, being a coach, a business owner, and now the Public Education Commissioner for District 2 of New Mexico. How has being the commissioner affected how you view New Mexico's education system? Do you see aspects of it that you were unable to see before as a teacher within the system itself?
Yeah, absolutely. And we just got through this year's renewal hearings where we had 13 different schools up for their 5-year renewal. And I guess that was the most educational for me. I was a teacher, as you know, at Sandia High School down the road here. And it gave me a kind of a Albuquerque myopic view of education, but not a statewide view. And so when we see the schools from Gallup, when we see the schools from the Jemez Pueblo, down south in Las Cruces, Los Lunas, there are very diverse populations, people, and it really is a very heterogeneous group that I didn't really see as much when I was just at Sandia High School.
That's incredible. Okay. So what inspired you to become the Commissioner of Education?
The same thing that inspired me to be a coach and a teacher. I really enjoyed challenging students, trying to get the best out of them. I find that students lack a little bit of self-confidence. They're better than they think they are. And if you can convince them that they're somewhat better than what they think they are, they'll excel and they'll work hard. And so I retired in July of 21. This opportunity came up last year. My daughter, who's involved, let me know about that. And I thought, this is a great way that I can continue to help in my little way the education process in the state.
So that was your aim?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So what changes do you hope to bring to the education system within your district?
Within my district, I don't know if there's a lot. Obviously, it'd be great to expand you guys because you're such a good school. And Altura Prep, which is also a great K through 5 school. We as a commission work much more as an overall commission. So we have in our portfolio, I believe, 57 or 58 charters. I'm in District 2, over just 4. And we actually have commissioners in the state that don't have any charter schools in their geographic district. So we really work as an overall commission, and we're charged with the duty of, the reason why charter schools exist is because of uniqueness, innovation, serving underserved populations and people. So we want to continue to do that and do our best to expand schools such as yours that are excellent and believe in excellence.
Thank you. So what improvements are you planning for charter schools in particular?
We'd like to, again, expand their facilities. We'd like to, we really appreciate the public charter schools of New Mexico people, because I think the charter schools as a community can really learn from each other and support each other. And we as the commissioners can help facilitate that.
Oh, no, that's very cool. So how do you see charter schools in the near future?
I see them serving served communities. I see them really being able to be hands-on with the students. One of the challenges of the traditional public schools, such as the one I was in, is they're huge, they're large. And students can, in a sense, get lost in them. And I think one of the big services the charter schools do is they really do focus on the students and their diversity and their opportunity for excellence. We're really data-driven. We really analyze the data very closely. And we look for the pockets where we can improve student outcomes.
So small areas. What will you do to strengthen charter schools?
We hopefully will give them additional funding. We'll look for grant opportunities and again, funding opportunities. We'll look to expand on the charter school successes. And we'll look to try to have charter schools communicate with each other on their successes and their challenges.
What was your impression of the school? Are there any suggestions that you have for improvement?
This school?
Yeah.
I was really impressed. I'm impressed with the students I've met. I'm impressed, needless to say, with the administrators and the teachers. I think your school is very well directed. I think you have a really strong focus. I think you have a strong focus on academics. I think, as you did in the presentation, that you're also focused on student service. So I think all those things combined, it pretty much points to excellence in student outcomes.
Thank you. And finally, what message do you have in regards to education and for all students?
Realize that life is hard. Life is tough. The more you can get out of your student education, the less challenging your adult life will be. There's a reason why we want strong student outcomes, because when you get into the real world, the adult world, nobody gives you anything. You have to earn it yourself. And if you come from an environment of learning how to learn and learning to enjoy learning, it's going to help no matter what field you go into. If you become a teacher, if you become a lawyer, if you become a welder, if you become anything, your formative years of education, if you learn how to learn, are going to pay off big time in your future.
Thank you. Education is a continuous process of learning, which starts from home, then to the formal education in the classroom, and continues through life experiences. In this continuous process, it is important that every individual is able to take advantage of all the opportunities that come with it. As the future leaders and stewards of the world, let us not take the right to be educated for granted, but rather, let us take advantage of all the opportunities of learning which education has to offer. Let us learn and be knowledgeable to become the great individuals of tomorrow. As Aristotle once said, educating the mind without educating the heart is not an education at all. Till then, everyone, see you next time on the Phoenix Spotlight.